Mismong si Pangulong Marcos nagulat nang biglang ipatigil ng mga senador ang China sa Pilipinas base sa balitang kumakalat. Bistadong nagpapanggap ang mga Chinese bilang hindi mga Chinese nationals matapos may mahuling inchik na nagpapanggap na Pilipinong niregister sa Pilipinas. Ayon kay De La Rosa, dapat ipatigil na ang pagtanggap sa mga Chinese na sinasabing hindi mga Chinese nationals pero ang totoo mga People's Liberation Army, kaya palayasin ng mga Chinese nationals.
Baka mamaya itong mga Chinese speaking individuals who are not really Filipinos, and before we know it, we are already being surrounded by operatives of People's Liberation Army. Talagang delikado yung sitwasyon natin kapag ito'y mapapabayaan. What made us alarm is the fact that this involves national security.
Yes, it is a national security issue. Tatawagan ko bukas ang head ng NBI tungkol dito. We will not let it pass. Isang masusing investigasyon, nararapat lamang na alamin natin yung lugar.
Bato de la Rosa. Thank you, Mr. President.
Before that, thank you, Mr. President. Your subcommittee G is ready to present the budget for the Department of Foreign Affairs and its attached agencies. I will no longer read all the attached agencies and the budgets. Let this be placed in the record, and I'm ready to be interpolated by Senator Ronald De La Rosa. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Good Sponsor, Madam Chairman. I have only one question, and this pertains to the issuance of passport. Madam Sponsor, for the record, during one of our committee hearings, it was confirmed by the Bureau of Immigration and the National Bureau of Investigation that they were able to intercept about more than a dozen of Filipino passport holders who are obviously not Filipinos. And it was confirmed further that these passports were really authentic. So what made us alarm is the fact that this involves national security. Dahil Madam Gusponsor, baka mamaya itong mga Chinese speaking individuals who are not really Filipinos, baka nagkalat na yung passport doon sa kanila, and before we know it, we are already being surrounded by operatives of maybe from People's Liberation Army or whatever, whoever those people are. And talagang delikado yung sitwasyon natin kapag ito'y mapapabayaan. Kasi tingnan mo, yung isang ordinaryong Pilipino ay hirap na hirap magkakaroon ng passport dahil nga in-schedule pa, maraming requirements. And itong isang Chinese na hindi Pilipino, nagtataka tayo, bakit napakadaling makakuha ng passport na gano'n na lang. So, just for the record, Madam Chair, gusto ko lang parating itong issue na ito. And I would like to inquire from you if this issue has reached the attention of DFA, may we know what are the actions that they have undertaken so far in response to this particular issue?
We will not let it pass. And I would welcome the resolution that Your Honor and Senator Tolentino will file to look at it through the Blue Ribbon Committee or other relevant government agencies, because it may not only be the Department of Foreign Affairs. Because to be able to secure authentic documents like a birth certificate and other requirements, it means that there are sources. I would no longer say the place where the Senate President mentioned that there could be possible sources in certain areas of the country. But my question to the agency, whose budget I am defending, is that I would like to know who is the head of the passport division, who were the officers and staff during the time that these Chinese nationals applied for the passport, even assuming they applied as PWD with relatives, even assuming that they applied that they cannot speak good English, even assuming that they said that they could not speak in Filipino or English. Napakaliwanag na po para higit pa sa sikat ng araw kung si may Pilipino na hindi lang marunong mag-Ingles o Pilipino at kung hindi naman Pilipino. Kaya nararapat lamang na alamin natin yung lugar, saan man nag-issue ng passport, yung oras, sino yung officer in charge, at sino mismo yung tao na nasa window, nasa desk, na nag-issue po niyan. Siguro naman po, sang-ayon, sigurado ako si Secretary Manalo dahil ito'y napag-usapan natin bago tayo nag-session ngayon. So, for me, the way forward would be isang masusing investigasyon sa Department of Foreign Affairs. 2 araw pa lang nakakaupo ang head ng passport division, ASEC Adel Cruz. ASEC, right? ASEC Adel Cruz. I'm not pointing to the previous person who was in charge of this post, but we must look into the dates when it was issued, and you have it on record. And today's only Thursday. Perhaps we will give them till Monday at 12 noon to give us the list of those alleged Chinese nationals and who was in charge, and to ask the DFA personnel, why did you do that? Ganun kasimple. Ang tanongin, sino ang head nun at sino ang nagbigay? At sabi nila, kasi po kompleto, may birth certificate, may PSA, may NBI clearance, etc. Aalamin din natin sa PSA, nakahapon ng pinasa natin ng budget, aalamin din natin sa BID at sa NBI. Tatawagan ko bukas ang head ng NBI tungkol dito. Maari na lahat ng mga ahensyang to ay may kalamay sa mga kumuha ng mga authentic documents. It's not even fraudulent. These are authentic documents. That means there could be collusion of Filipinos. I'm not stating that with certainty because I only discovered this tonight from Your Honor. But I share your outrage that this happens kung ang ordinaryong Pilipino ay nahihirapan kumuha ng passport, pero ang Chinese nationals ay nakakuha hindi lang isa, hindi lang dalawa, kundi dose-dosena. Assuming totoo yung inyong report mula sa inyong hearing na galing nga sa DFA, kasi maaari din naman na mukha lang totoong passport pero hindi naman galing din sa DFA. Kaya I will withhold my rage and outrage although it's very, very disappointing. I would be so incensed and disappointed if that came from the DFA. Having said that, I thank Your Honor for bringing it to our attention because it is not a matter of just a passport. It is a national security issue, and right here in Metro Manila. So thank you, Your Honor.
Madam Sponsor, may we know if, as we speak right now, their investigation was able to pinpoint responsibilities, people responsible in the issuance of these passports. If meron na silang na-identify so far.
Thank
yes.
you. I appreciate Senator De La Rosa's intervention and question on this alleged issuance of Philippine passports to Chinese nationals. Yes, it is a national security issue. Yes, it should not be taken lightly, but also we should not allow that the budget of this department be held tonight as late as it is at 11:18. But I will answer your question first with the official statement of the DFA, and second, I will give you my personal feelings about it. First, the DFA is actively engaging law enforcement agencies in investigating the matter and in pursuing the filing of appropriate criminal charges against these foreign nationals who are able to obtain a Philippine passport. Second, the DFA notes that these foreign nationals pose themselves as Filipinos by assuming Filipino identities through the presentation of authentic and genuine PSA birth certificate with valid government-issued identification cards that are accepted for a passport application. Third, the DFA further notes that some of these foreign nationals pose themselves as persons with disability and presented authentic PWD IDs. In doing so, these individuals are escorted by their immediate family members and relatives during the passport application. Fourth, to address the cases of document and identity fraud, the DFA is working closely with the PSA for the integration of systems that will allow our frontliners to quickly validate the authenticity of PSA documents, and they are looking to sign into MOA with the PSA soonest to operationalize the foregoing. And fifth, the DFA highlights that it is engaged the Bureau of Immigration. I think part of your information came from the Bureau of Immigration as well, the National Bureau of Investigation, and these agencies must also look into themselves if part of the syndicates are into these agencies as well. The Philippine National Police, who had just left the hall tonight, and the Philippine Statistics Authority, who was here yesterday. All of these agencies must consult each other to strengthen the cooperation and discuss ways forward on how to prevent similar cases in the future. I am not happy with this, what I read. And I will state that, Mr. President. While these are diplomatic answers to your question, and they're valid, yes, they're looking into the way forward. But yes, I agree with you. And before we went into our formal session, we had this discussion.
Ngayon, ikaw, bilang Pilipino, ano ang masasabi mo at reaksyon sa balitang ito? Mag-iwan ka ng komento sa ibaba at atin pong babasahin isa-isa.